Hey, what's up, YouTube? It has been a long time since I posted a video. I don't even remember when the last time I posted a video on here, but hey, I'm back. Anyways, I was just coming in for a short time, not a long time. I was coming in to do a check-in with y'all, let you know where I am with my weight loss journey, because as y'all know, it has been a roller coaster for these past 10 years. But anyways, let's just get right into it. So I did the Tony Fine Fit. If you don't know who Tony Fine Fit is, or the Fine Fit sisters, if you don't know who that is, you must have been sleeping under a rock, living under a rock, whatever the saying is, you must be there. But she's all over TikTok. She's kind of popular over here on YouTube a little bit. She's also on Facebook. She's on all social media platforms, basically. So what I've been doing is I did her detox. I didn't do it for all 14 days. Don't judge me. But I did it for 5 days and I lost 10 pounds within 5 days. And that was, I did track my calories. You don't really have to track your calories when you're doing that detox because it basically cuts out all sugar and it cuts out all dairy. So that cuts out a lot. Like, I didn't realize how much food that cut out until I actually started doing it. But she gives you a full meal plan. I think I only paid like $25. I bought this meal plan probably about 2 years ago. So yeah, I had been following her. For a little bit, and I bought this meal plan, and it's literally been collecting dust in my mailbox. Like, literally, it's been sitting in my Yahoo Mail. For all y'all that still got Yahoo Mail, I'm one of those. But it's been sitting in my Yahoo mailbox for a minute. So I dusted it off, and I was like, let's just try it. Tony getting popular now. Let me just see how this goes. It was not about popularity, but I was just, something just was pushing me to say, hey, let's just give it a try. Because one thing I have realized while on this journey, I have continuously tried to outwork a bad diet. That has been, I don't know when I came or when I had that epiphany, but I've realized that for these past 10 years, I have not honed in on my diet. The last time that I lost over 80 to 100 pounds, I was very strict on my eating. So these past 10 years, I take full accountability. I have not been honing in on my diet. And as soon as I stuck with that diet for 5 days, I lost 10 pounds. Yeah. So that kind of solidified everything. That's when I knew, girl, you gotta put that fork down. You gotta push away from that table. It's time to get your nutrition on track. And here we are. So I've been maintaining it. I did that about 2 weeks ago, and I kind of been still sticking with some of the meals, or most of the meals on her meal plan. And one thing I have been strictly doing is watching my caloric intake. Now, mind you, I'm not perfect. Some days I do slip up, but overall, I have been watching my caloric intake, and that has helped me maintain my weight loss. But in order for me to get back on the train and start losing more weight again, I'm going to have to do a caloric deficit. So one thing I realized about that diet was it was ranging about 2,000 calories, give or take, depending on, like I said, it was no added sugar and no dairy. You couldn't use any butters or anything. You had to use like a spray, which cut out a whole bunch of calories. Like, you can't even imagine. You couldn't use any oils or anything like that. And then I was also working out. So that made me realize that being in, let me backtrack. My TDEE, I hope I'm saying that right, but my resting, basically calories burned, calories in, calories out type of thing. My resting calories burned is, I can eat up to 2,800 calories a day to maintain. Like that, I can eat 2,800 calories per day, and that maintains me at a steady weight. So in order for me to lose weight, of course, everybody knows you have to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. So that diet basically took out 800 calories. And by taking out 800 calories a day for 5 days, that's what? 40 4,000. That took out 4,000 calories for the week. So that put me in a kind of a big caloric deficit, but I think I want to cut even more, and I think I want to stay around 1,800 calories a day. I think that's going to be my goal for the next, but basically the next month is staying at 1,800 calories. Now you may say, oh, that's kind of low. That's a little low. That puts me in 1,000 calorie deficit, but eating how she was basically teaching you to eat on that detox, and the detox does lead into a 6-week meal plan, but honestly I don't really care for the meals in itself, but we go try it. So eating 1,800 calories is not that hard. Like I was saying, it's not that hard when you're actually eating whole foods, because one thing with this detox, it wasn't like your typical detox. It wasn't juicing all day. It wasn't a water detox. You were literally eating. Well, I was eating, not you, but I was eating literally every 2 to 3, maybe every 4 hours. And it was a protein, a little bit of fat, and some carbs at each meal. And that works for me. High protein, mid carbs, kind of lowish fat works for me. That seems like my body responded very well. I know 10 pounds in a week is a lot. We're not trying to rush this, but that's just what my body released. It released 10 pounds in that week, and I was happy with it. So we're gonna go with it. I've been back on it this week. I've been meal prepping. I meal prep my lunch, my dinner. For breakfast, I've been keeping it light because I did all my ADHD girlies. I started like a new medication called Vyvanse. It's a stimulant. If you know, you know, but it definitely suppressed my appetite. It's usually, I'm not a professional, I'm not a doctor. This is just my opinion, my advice, no, it ain't advice, it's just me, talk about me. Anyways, you know, you always gotta put that in here for some odd reason. But like I was saying, I started Vyvanse, and it is an appetite suppressant because it helps with binge eating disorder. I started it because I have ADHD, have bipolar, anxiety, depression. Y'all know the drill. If you've been following me for a while, you already know I got all the goodies, okay? I started that, and that kind of curbs my appetite a lot, especially in the mornings. So I decided that in the mornings I was just going to do a protein shake and some coffee. That's my breakfast. Some mornings I will eat some avocado toast. That's where I get most of my fat from, is the avocado. But most mornings it's literally coffee and a protein shake, and that is enough. And I usually don't pick up my next first meal or my snack until about 11 or 12 o'clock is when I feel myself starting to get hungry. So that's when I'll eat my first actual meal. Like I said, after that, I'll be eating every 2 to 3 hours, usually every 2.5, 3 hours. I'm eating consistently and kind of constantly eating something before you get a chance to get hungry. That's the whole point of her detox, is to make sure that you're eating before you get hungry. So because you know what that does, that ultimately that curbs your appetite, and it makes you not binge eat. It makes you not go out and just grab anything. And then another thing that I noticed is by having my meals prepped, I really don't have an excuse. I got my food here. I can grab my food. I can eat that food, and I'm good to go. So taking the thought out of what I'm going to eat helped me significantly as well. I am maintaining my 10-pound weight loss. Over this next week or two, I'm going to really hone in. I would call this basically a mini cut, not a week or two, over the next month. This is going to be my cut time, where I'm going to cut down to 1,800 calories. What I usually eat for breakfast, like I said, I have coffee. I have found this new protein coffee by Slate. It has 20 grams of protein, and I think it only has like 1 gram of sugar. One thing that this diet detox did teach me is to watch my sugar. This protein coffee that I'm having now, I'll have that as my pre-workout, and then I'll go work out, and then I'll come back, and I'm a double scooper, so I can get extra protein. So I do 2 scoops of Legion protein, which it's kind of sweet for me. They don't use like regular sugar. They use like that stevia. You know, stevia has like that sweet, weird aftertaste. I don't know, is that just me? I don't know, it could be. But anyways, I double scoop that for breakfast, and then I'll have my lunch around 12, and then I have my second lunch, is what I call it, around 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And then I'll have my dinner around 6 or 7 o'clock, and I'm in the bed. I try to be in my bed. Lord knows I be trying sometimes, but I'm trying to be in the bed by 8:30 or 9 o'clock at the latest, 9:30 at the very latest, because I get up, as you all may or may not know, I get up at 4:30 every morning because I gotta hit up the gym at 5 o'clock. Like, I just gotta be in there, because I've tried other times at the gym. I'm not going to the gym in the afternoon. we're not gonna do that. It's just too packed. And then going to the gym after I drop my daughter off at like 8 kind of cuts it close because I'm usually at work between 9:30 and 10 o'clock, and that gives me like a hard stop at an hour in the gym. So I just like to avoid all that. I like to go to the gym 5 a.m. in the morning. It's not a lot of people there. Lately, it's been a good amount of people there, but not too crazy amount. So we're good. We're good. So I go at my 5 a.m. I get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. I'm trying to get to where, not trying, I'm pulling away from social media a little bit. I'm posting, but I found myself scrolling a little bit too much. So this month, we're really going to be focusing on nutrition, pulling off of my phone time, especially when it's time for me to go to bed. And I mean, that's probably about it. So I told y'all we're not gonna be here for a long time, but hello, y'all. Say hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all turn on that notification bell, and so you'll know when I upload, because it's not that often. I always say I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Y'all know life be life, and don't judge me. Judge my head, not my heart. I should say that. Anyways, I will see y'all on the next one. Hopefully I can be more consistent now. I'm trying to get a little setup going, so we gonna see how all this rolls, and I will talk to y'all on the next one.